Hello there again, and it's finally December, which means the Christmas hat is out, and it's actually a Christmas themed video. Now, I am recording this before yesterday, so I have no idea what other Christmassy builds I have in mind for December, as I really don't know what's been on the pad wall. But hopefully, if you've checked out that video, you know what my plans are for the rest of December, and fingers crossed I can get another Christmassy build in there. But if you've seen the thumbnail, you've probably read the title. You know, today we'll be taking a look at my interpretation of the holiday special diorama, and as you can see, it's definitely a bit more sizable than the Lego set that come out. It is only £25, the Lego set, and I'm not quite sure how much all the pieces are worth for this diorama, though if you would like to see the instructions for this one put up on Rebrickable, of course you can put your own spin on it if you have the instructions. Let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to upload it just for you. But as I said in my last diorama, I think earlier this week I built my Sonic diorama, so be sure to check that out. It's my first non-Star Wars diorama, and in fact it's one of the first Sonic MOCs I've seen since the new wave released. And I also can't wait to see what the Sonic wave comes out with. We know the two sets for January. If you haven't seen my video from Tuesday, do check it out. I'm so excited for the Knuckles mech. But of course, that's not what this video is about. I'm getting way too distracted. Let's take a look at the holiday diorama. Now, this has really got me in the Christmassy spirit, and it does look really cool. I've taken a lot of inspiration from the actual holiday special itself, so there'll be a few images of screenshots I've taken from the show put up, and if you are interested in all the Easter eggs and references from it, I did do a quick video covering most of the references that I spotted, and there's also one for Code Red, which is the new Marvel Lego short. If you're interested, they are up on the channel. Be sure to head over and take a look. But of course, this is the Millennium Falcon, and just to get it out of the way, there is nothing in this area back here. I thought so long and hard about all the different references and little bits I could get in here, and ended up just leaving it blank. If you build it yourself, you can add really whatever you want here. I think Lego added a little storage space for lightsabers and the Jedi text, and you can even add some gunner's pit, because this is roughly where the gun would be on the top of the Falcon. You could probably add some bathroom for the Falcon. You could add some, perhaps even a little workshop where the porgs are wrapping the presents, because you can really put whatever you like. But we're going to focus on the front of the diorama. The good looking bit, you can see probably the most obvious decoration here is the Christmas tree. I've even added a snowflake behind it just to give the star an extra bit of sparkle. It looks amazing. There's some yellow and blue lights, and I've tried to have it so that it looks like the tree has been wrapped, and you see the yellow and then the blue comes down at the angle. Again, it's Lego, they sort of look a bit randomly placed, but I hope now that you know that they're sort of meant to be wrapped around the tree, it gives it just a bit more detail than you typically have. And of course, they are quite subtle colours, because I didn't want to take away from the coloured lights at the top. You can see one bulb is missing. This is not an accident, this is done on purpose, as from this screenshot in the show, you can see this is the colour that the, or order rather, that the colours are in on screen, and there is a bulb missing in one of the scenes. So it's a little bit that Lego always add in that really would have been a mistake if it was shot live action, but as it's Lego, you know, they've animated it on purpose, so we notice that there is a bulb missing. Of course, Lego did have the one snowflake on the back of their model. I've had to top it, so I've put two there. It just really fills the space a bit more, and you could even add a few more. I didn't want it to look too cramped with snowflakes. It is quite a minimalist design on the new Falcon, and there is a few more different designs on the wall, but as this is from episode 9 and beyond, the Falcon's looking really clean, and Lego through digital design might be able to pull off the different pipes and tubing around the Falcon, but really there was no way to justify it without making it look like a piece of junk, which of course you can argue the Falcon is, but I wanted it to look pristine for a Christmas decoration, so I've just bricked up the walls and left them for the most part completely flat. However, the Falcon again can't be looking too clean, so you can see just behind the chair here there is also a bed on the side, so you needed the space to get into that bed, but I've added a few different round bricks and elements and different modified tiles just to give it that look that the Falcon always has some canisters laying about, so it only makes sense. And I didn't actually have an episode 9 Finn, so couldn't have included Chewie, Rey and Finn in the set. Instead I got 3PO there, who was definitely playing a game of holochess with Chewie, and of course he must let the Wookiee win. But we also have BB-8 and Dio. I think it was quite strange that they didn't include Dio with the holiday diorama. He weren't included with too many sets back in the day, and perhaps they just didn't want to use the mould again, as it would have taken up a draw for their builds this year. But I think we definitely should have got some sort of droids. Perhaps you can even add a little droid factory back here. 3PO, R2, BB-8 and Dio all just hanging out in the back. But we've also got the Tip Yip. I think I called it a TP in the video where I discussed the references. I don't know why. A TP is a little 10 and a Tip Yip is, I guess, similar enough. But I've built the Tip Yip simply from just a turkey build. It looks quite similar. It looks like some sort of bird, and you've got the potatoes on the side here. You've got some broccoli, which personally, I would not have broccoli. I really don't like broccoli. I love cauliflower, but just can't stand broccoli. And we've also got a Brussels sprout behind on this white plate, which is on a red squared cloth on the white table. And there's even a wooden table leg in the middle, which is actually the same colour as the tree stem. Now, Rey is sat on the chair. If you remember back to A New Hope when Luke's training around the floor here with the lightsaber, I think Ben's sat on the couch, or perhaps Han and Chewie are. And one of the other ones is sat on the chair, as you do have the computer desk right here. If you've played Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, you'll know roughly the layout of the Falcon, and there is some sort of computer docking bit, computer station right here, and that is the chair that Rey is sat on, reading the Sacred Jedi text, which definitely isn't the Darkhold book from Agatha in the recent Marvel CMF. It's 100% an Ancient Jedi text, just a different one to the one that Lego include. Now, I do like how I've built the chair, even included this round little bit, and you can actually sit a third minifigure just between Chewie and 3PO on that stud there. So perhaps Rey could join them at some point, and they could eat a bit of Tip Yip on the hollow chest table, though they have to be sure not to spill any and make a mess. Overall, I really like this diorama, and definitely am going to keep it up and put it with my other Christmas decorations, as it just gives that festive spirit to Star Wars. And this design for this room in particular, I've actually taken from one of my first studio models all the way back in 2019 when the world went through some very difficult times. I took to studio and started building a minifigure scale Falcon, and this section of the wall I've actually extracted straight from that, and instead of using some illegal snot and Technic brick techniques, which if you don't know what specific illegal techniques I'm talking about, there'll be a video up, go check that out, from earlier on in the week. I've used Lego's technique to flip the plates here, made sure I've arched over it so it's a completely legal technique, and just created this awesome doorway. Besides that, the rest of this wall is taken straight from my minifigure scale Falcon. Even this little bottom bit here, you can see we've got the white strips either side of the footway, which you'll see in the Falcon. That's all taken from my 2019 design, so it's very nice to be able to look back to almost 5 years ago, take a design and be able to implement it into a set just as this, especially with how it turned out. I cannot be more proud. So if you do want the instructions, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to add them to my Rubricable page. And of course, if there's anything else Christmassy, diorama, or just Lego in general you want to see on this channel, let me know down in the comments, and I'll be sure to make a video on it sometime soon. But for now, do drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more awesome Lego content, and may the bricks be with you always.